But I've often said that what you really want to do is you want to dig in on where the core problem is here and why this is such a big deal. And of course, everything gets back to Israel. And here's why. For our friend Ali Zatiri, understanding the impact of Israeli Mossad ran Epstein to blackmail Americans for Israel's wars and billions in aid. So starting in 1991, Robert Maxwell dies, Mossad linked. Did you know that they gave him a state funeral in Israel when he died?
I did know that.
92, Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell first connect. 98, buys Little St. James Island, Pederast Island. 2000s, Mossad honeypot traps pedos in the U.S. elites. 23 to 15, 2013 to 15, 25 million Rothschild deal. I wasn't aware of that. 2019, suicided. And then 2026, 3 million plus pages released. So what's it all about? What's this all about? Colin? 91, Robert Maxwell, Mossad-linked media mogul Ghislaine Maxwell's father dies. Maxwell was buried in Israel with state honors, attended by former prime ministers. He stole pensions, sold secrets, and ran ops for Mossad, including arms deals and blackmail setups. His death cleared the way for his daughter to inherit his shadowy network. He also was responsible for a lot of our scholastic textbooks in public schools.
Yes, McGraw-Hill. McGraw-Hill Publishing was him.
Maxwell's Mossad ties. Israeli intel Ari Ben Menashe says he was a key asset handling tech theft, arms trafficking, and kompromat blackmail material. They've set the stage for Epstein, a broke financier suddenly swimming in billions with no clear source. We know of one of them in Ohio, and that is Leslie Wexner. It was inheritance of a blackmail empire. Epstein links with Ghislaine Maxwell and enters elite power circles. Fresh off her father's death, Ghislaine introduces Epstein to VIPs, Clintons, royals, tech moguls. They co-found Terramar Project later, but early on, building the honeypot trap. Ghislaine's role, recruit the girls, handler of elites. Victim Maria Farmer says Epstein's op was a Jewish supremacist ring tied to megagroup pro-Israel billionaire Lex Wexner. Wexner gave Epstein his New York mansion for $1 wired for cameras everywhere. Blackmail Central. They did a great SVU episode about Les Wexner / Epstein, if you guys remember. That was a great episode, by the way.
Yes.
1998, buys Little St. James Blackmail Island for $7.95 million. Renamed Pedo Island by locals. Not by the media.
For them. How lucky for media.
Not by the media.
No.
Not by sleuths. By the locals that live there. Said this was Pedo Island.
Oh, I'm sure that the island people were just so happy to have this happening in their midst. That's what they want.
Hidden cameras, underground tunnels, temple-like structure. Guests, Bill Gates, Prince Andrew, Donald Trump. I don't know why I keep saying
Ehud.
Hey, dude. Ex-Israeli prime minister. Epstein Rothschild ties. Now, this is interesting. 2026. Ariane de Rothschild, CEO of the Edmund Group, signed a $25 million deal with Epstein's company in 2015 for financial risk software. Emails between 2010 and 2016 show talks about Ukraine after the 2014 coup and business opportunities.
Okay, and by the way, let's remember who was in office at that time.
That's a great noticing, but you can't talk about it because that would get me in a lot of trouble.
Right. So I just want to remind people that this situation
is a bipartisan agreement.
yeah, they all agree on how to screw us.
There
So
it
yeah.
is. She also visited Epstein's island, or visited Epstein after his conviction, of course. Island ops, underage girls flown in via the Lolita Express, filmed disgusting, compromising acts. Ex-victim Virginia Giuffre, rest in peace, said they'd blackmail politicians with 14-year-old girls. 2000s, Mossad honeypot traps pedo U.S. elites, targets politicians. Clinton flew 26 times. Trump, Obama. That's interesting. Didn't know Obama's involved in this too. Saint Obama might not be such a clean as a whistle guy after all. Prince Andrew, billionaires. Gates donated $2+ million to MIT via Epstein. By the way,
I guess that still wasn't enough, Bill, so that you could get a way to secretly medicate your wife with antibiotics because of the disease you picked up from screwing underage girls on the island.
isn't it amazing what the rich and powerful will do to fuck over the whole world if they get caught doing something really?
What did I tell you when Melinda Gates left him? Do you remember?
Oh, she contracted something from him.
Well, no, I said this has to do with Epstein.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I said, whatever is going on, this has to do with Epstein. And Gates is so, honestly. Ugh.
Yeah, if you told me the most salacious, disgusting, sexual deviant behavior out of anybody of these, of the people, with minus Dershowitz, I would say that Bill Gates, he looks like the type of person that is a deeply depraved individual.
Oh.
Like he'd be into just about any sick, sadistic thing you could think of. Scientist Stephen Hawking visited the island. That's disturbing.
It's all disturbing. It's disturbing to me that Noam Chomsky was on the plane with Epstein. I mean, that is setting a lot of people off, you know?
Blackmail mechanics. Recording acts with hidden cams, island, New York City mansion, Palm Beach, store on DVDs and servers using blackmail for favors, for example, force pro-Israel policies, endless aid, 3.8 billion with a B per year to Israel, blind eye to settlements, senseless, unnecessary wars.
We just let them do whatever they want because everybody is being blackmailed.
Iraq 2003 pushed WMD lies. I always wondered why they wanted Netanyahu to have any opinion in Congress about going into war with Iraq. Who in the fuck is he to voice his opinion?
Well, I've been asking that for years, but apparently he's enough for the president to pull the chair out for him. So
let me rub your ass while we're at it. Epstein's net allegedly snared influencers. Netanyahu lied about WMDs. Yeah, a lot of people died as a result. Syria, Epstein Barak plotted Assad removal per 2026 docs, fueling proxy wars Israel wanted. Okay. Is that Ehud Barak, or was that Barack Obama? Okay.
No, it's Ehud Barak. It's not Barack Obama.
Result, U.S. spends trillions, loses lives, while Israel gains weakened foes. Funding, blackmail boosts AIPAC influence. Compromised polls vote yes on aid bills. Post 9/11 Patriot Act expanded surveillance. Epstein's op thrived in that shadow. Israel gets advanced weapons tech, often via Epstein brokered deals like cyber firms. 2008, sweetheart plea deal protects 2008. Jeffrey Epstein got a very light plea deal despite many victims. It protected helpers like Ghislaine Maxwell. Epstein flees to Israel briefly, 13 months with work release. Mossad poll. Maybe Hawking was looking for a black hole. Epstein advises Barak on.
You don't get it, do you?
I do get it.
Okay.
With Rothschilds, sells cyber weapons to leaders, laundering Mossad tech. Epstein deepens Israel ties. 2026 files. Emails tie him to UAE Israel back channel. Kompromat. Blackmail on Emers for Abraham Accords. 2019, Epstein arrested. Police found cash, passports, and valuables. He died in jail. Died.
But why is this guy writing like a novel on X? Like, I don't understand what all these posts are. Like, I don't understand who this, like, why
Chronologically explaining the story of why the Epstein files are such a big deal and why this is all connected to Israel Mossad.
Okay.
He died in jail. Officials ruled it a suicide. Cameras failed. Guards were asleep. Full exposure, risk naming. Mossad handlers blackmailed elites. Really suicided or fled to Israel and stayed undercover. That's your theory.
Nothing would surprise me.
The cover-up. Media downplays Mossad angle, but 2026 files contradict. Yoni Koren, an Israeli spy, stayed at Epstein's apartment for weeks. Blackmail tapes still hidden. 2026, 3 million plus pages unsealed. Epstein Files Act. According to the DOJ, it met obligations. And over 6 million pages possible, meaning half, may still remain hidden. Redactions, 180,000 images, 2,000 videos. Still no arrests. Criminals still walking free. Reveals Epstein's Israel channel for Syria war, depose Assad, pressured Obama on Iran, all for Israel's colonial project via U.S. blood money, and blackmail forced selfless acts, senators voting against constituents for Israel aid. This was a systemic foreign influence, Mossad honeypot, compromised democracy for endless Middle East chaos. Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, Libya, and potentially Iran war, all benefiting Israel, paid by U.S. taxpayers. And there you have it. And this is why we must break the Zio state. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you think. If you are not America first, meaning Israel last or Israel no more, then as far as I'm concerned, you're an enemy of America. And that's how every one of them should be treated. Like that Samantha dumbass complaining about Upscrolled, line them all up, because to me, they're all criminals, all of them. They all benefit from the detriment that the average American has to live through every day. You really think that these scumbags that live high on the hog want to see this country have single-payer health care, want to have a stable currency, have universal education, trade schools, clean air and water, no more war, clean environment?
Funny you should say healthcare, though.
They get health care, we don't.